Hey, how's it, everybody? It's Saturday, and that means it's another Springbok victory. Yes, game one of the Rugby Championship, 32-12, the final, over the Pumas de Argentina. First off, I just wanted to thank everybody. I know I've gotten a lot of new followers in the last couple of days. I'm pretty sure because a certain video got promoted, and I really appreciate it. I'm just a guy that lives in America. And who loves Southern Hemisphere rugby, obviously. Yeah, boy. And just trying to kind of spread a little bit more awareness of the sport here domestically in the U.S. and just kind of letting fans abroad know that, hey, yeah, you do got supporters even here, man. There are guys living in that giant place called America that totally support the Boks and love the All Blacks and Samoa, Tonga, Fiji, all these guys, Argentina. Like I said, not so much the Wallabies, and but we'll get to that later. I'm gonna put my email address underneath this. If you got any questions, suggestions, anything, just go ahead and email me. That's it's actually my first, my name, my last name, and my favorite book, 1984. Take with that what you will, but yeah, if you got anything, send me an email, or if maybe you just want to talk and ask weird questions about what it's like to live in America, I would be more than happy to answer them for you. First things first, gotta congratulate All Blacks holding on to the Bledisloe again for I think the 19th year in a row. I think the pregame commentary was something about like the last time the Wallabies won it, house in Auckland cost 300 grand, and New Zealand didn't even have 4 million people yet. So not only did they win, but they beat them Wallabies like they stole something, man. They beat the brakes off them boys, man. I mean, even Brody Retallick, the big man, getting a try. Rico Awani busting through in a steal and making a run. I mean, it was, Richie Mo'unga really coming into prime. Bowden Barrett coming off the bench, kicking it, I mean, it was a good game. It was a valiant victory. I think they put up 50-something on the Wallabies. And as somebody that was a little bit apprehensive about Fozzie, Ian Foster, getting the job there, I was one of those guys that thought it had to be Scott Robertson of the Crusaders, or even, honestly, Warren Gatland. I kind of thought maybe had a shot. But, yeah, congrats to the All Blacks. There's plenty of videos. I'm pretty sure my boy 2 Cents was absolutely stoked about that one. That actually came on here locally at, like, our time would have been like 2:05 a.m. in the morning. I was fast asleep. Got up, found a couple of feeds for the game, was able to watch the Boks take care of business with the Pumas, and yeah, it was a great game. Elton Yankees, a guy in the last video who I said, man, the guy's never really panned out, had an absolutely great game. Get the scoring started off. I actually made notes for this one. Gets a penalty try at 2 minutes, puts 3 points on the board. Jacobus Kolbus, man, guy's got some wheels on that dude, man. Great run, scores a try in at 13 minutes it looks like. Not very much longer after that, Yankees having another amazing game. Gets a nice little kick off to Fussy and puts a try across at 17 minutes. We go into halftime looking like the score was 21-9. Obviously, the Boks were taking care of business. Come out in the second half, Nicolas Sanchez is the only scorer for Argentina. They're all penalty tries, 12 points, you do the math. So a little bit of discipline issues early on in the second half, a little bit of back and forth, but it just really looked like the Boks were really just controlling the pace of the game. Gotta mention Jaden Hendrickse makes his debut and gets a try. It looks like 78th minute of the game. Great game. I was very impressed with what I saw. This was a lot of guys that we didn't get really to see during that British and Irish Lions series who came out and did just great, and I'm very, very happy. It's always good to know that, like, hey, we've got our starting big boys, we've got our Colbys, we've got all that, but when you see these backup guys get starts and get playing time, and they do just absolutely amazing, it's great. It makes you feel better about the depth of your squad, because that's something that's kind of struggled in the last bit of time. Obviously not recently, but, we've had that as Boks fans. We've had that depth. We've struggled with depth. There were a lot of questions going into the British and Irish Lions series about our forward pack, our 6, 7, and 8, our loose forwards, our number 8s, and we did just fine. And, with somebody like Dwayne Vermeulen being out, you worry. You have your worries. Everybody has those worries. And with Minnie Stern, obviously at 36, still kicking butt everywhere. But you have those worries, and they were alleviated. Argentina did not play a bad game. They just didn't play a great game. And like I said, the Bucks got the victory. I was very, very happy with that. It was a great game. I only gave them like a 9 to 12 point differential. Obviously, we overblew that by quite a bit. But this is a good way to start out the Rugby Championship. I don't think Argentina is a slouch team by any means. I am willing to bet that they give everybody a little bit of hell, because that's what they've always kind of been notorious for, and especially in the last couple of years, they've gotten really good at just being a thorn in everyone's side. And once again, I tip my hat to them. They played a great game. Obviously, not the scoreline that they wanted to come out with, but as a Buck fan, you can't wish for more. It was a victory, and we won. And we get ready for next week. I don't know what kind of changes are going to come to the lineup. Obviously, maybe we'll get some of those key guys back. Maybe we'll get Cheslin Colby back out on the pitch, that kind of thing. And I'll be pretty dang excited about that. Maybe even the Giant Slayer Faf de Klerk comes back out on the pitch and does his thing. But if he doesn't, I'm very, very confident in the replacements for all those key positions, because it seems like we were doing just fine. I tip my hat. Elton Yankees is probably the best international game I've seen him play in quite some time. Last time I remember him actually playing a lot, other than playing like the B teams and whatnot, was back when Kutsia was still coach. He would get him to start quite a bit. I don't know if it was maybe Andre Pollard was injured at the time, or maybe he was overseas or whatever. And it was just you're never super impressed by what the guy. Today, he totally impressed me. He was given the vice captaincy or co-captaincy, and I felt like he earned it very much. He definitely was a leader in that pack, and that the link between the forwards and the backs. He was definitely a leader. He led by example. He kicked really well. He offloaded really well, and it was just a great thing to see that young man have a great game with such a sweet haircut too. That guy always just has the coolest haircuts in my opinion. Yeah, guys, cheers, and hope everybody has a good rest of the weekend. I'm about to go out and run a few errands here. It's bloody as hot here as always because it's Texas, but yeah, guys, have a good weekend, and cheers, guys.